Dillian, the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Dillian Whyte, Ruiz Jr, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. That's 6 names at the top end of the heavyweight division that we all know and are familiar with. At least one of those is going to end up retiring this year. This year, 2023, will be the last we see of one of those in the professional boxing ring. In my opinion, of course. Because when you look at the heavyweight landscape currently of what's probably going to be happening in 2023, you're going to be seeing Deontay Wilder versus Ruiz Jr, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte Part 2. The losers of those 3 fights could well retire. At least one of them is going to retire. When you look at, say, for example, Wilder versus Ruiz, that's going to be for the WBC mandatory position. That we're led to believe, right? The loser of that fight, I can honestly see retiring. I don't see the loser of that fight continuing. Honestly, I don't. Now, that's not to say that they should. Not at all. It's just that they've got enough money in the bank. Why put themselves through the training camps and other fights to try and build back up into a position to become world heavyweight champion again? Why bother? I think those silk pajamas may start to feel very, very nice for the loser. Okay, so I don't see the loser of that fight continuing. Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte. Could either one of them accept losing to the other one? Having to somewhat rebuild? I'm not too sure. Now, if anybody is probably going to continue, it may well be Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. Both of them seem very, very headstrong to the point where they probably will continue. But you never know. The loser of that fight could end up retiring. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Now, they're probably going to end up fighting twice anyway. First one for undisputed. The second one won't be for undisputed because the belts will be then fragmented. But the loser, especially of that second fight, is probably going to end up retiring. Tyson Fury, he threatened to retire on numerous occasions. Him losing, I don't think Fury can accept it. I think he'll end up retiring. Alexander Usyk, he's already said that he's got, 2, maybe 3 fights left in his career, then he's done. He's going to walk away anyway. So him losing, I can see him potentially walking away. So out of those 6 names, there's a very real chance at least one of them is going to retire. One of them is going to be their final year in professional boxing as an active competitor. Of course, you're going to have people like Dillian Whyte. He's still managing people like Alan Babbage, Fabio Wardley, and so on and so forth and so on. So he's probably going to continue. Anthony Joshua will also continue in boxing. Obviously, he's got 258 management with the likes of Joshua Boatti and co, right? So he's still going to be involved in boxing, but as a professional athlete, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. So out of those 6 names, I'm pretty certain one of them is going to be retiring this year. I don't want to see that. I hope that I'm wrong on all of them. I hope. Because win, lose or draw, I want to see all 6 of those continue. Because there are still other fights out there I want to see all of them in there with. There are. You know, what's wrong with the loser of, I don't know, Joshua and Whyte taking on the loser of Wilder and Ruiz? What's wrong with that? Still a huge fight. There's still money on the table. So why retire? But for some people, enough money is enough. You know, they live a fairly modest lifestyle. I think all of them do, really. So money probably won't be the motivator for any of them to continue. So anyway, that's my thoughts. One of these big names is going to retire this year. I suspect there's going to be quite a few others out there as well. I imagine Chisora, that's going to be his last year. Luis Ortiz is going to be his last year. And quite a few others. So anyway, my thoughts. You drop me yours. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.